All right, welcome to this weekend's webinar. Sorry, couldn't make the live session this time. We'll be back again next weekend. So today is April 16th. Obviously, the disclaimer: webinars are for profit or for educational purposes only. Please do your due diligence before you invest in stocks, futures, options, currencies, commodities, etc., as they involve significant risks. All right. Okay, looking at the Nifty, we are at an obvious resistance point here. Last week, we did expect it to hit that level. That was the obvious target. Chicago is relatively free, but obviously we should expect some consolidation here. This could keep rallying higher. There's nothing stopping it other than probably a minor consolidation here now. You did break that trend line. So going to the daily charts. Daily charts also sitting at an obvious resistance point with the span B. Chicago has broken out here. We have closed that gap. We are sitting at that gap. So this would be definitely a consolidation point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tenkan is going to jump up. So maybe a few days of consolidation. And again, we have a trending Kumo. Nice chance to break out. So things should be looking good here. Unless we come and close back below that trend line now. So I'll watch out for that trend line. Any long positions, need to be careful that Nifty doesn't close back below that. If they do go above the cloud here, then it's bullish again. So what do we look at? Oh, dollar. Dollar trying to bottom out here. Maybe a double bottom formation, bullish engulfing signal at this point. Weekly also trying to bottom out at the same place. This was the obvious target. I think we spoke about last week, right? That we discussed this one. The span, the Kumo shadow here. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see some rally back into it, probably test the Tenkan or the span B here. Chicago is free to the top side. So wouldn't be surprised to see them take it back up. But would they do a double bottom formation and break up? That would have to be seen if they can close above the Kumo in this case. Notice back here on the daily charts, they broke out the price above Kumo, but Chicago did not confirm that. So we need to see Chicago confirming the price breakout. So, but again, this one possibly a rally, a consolidation rally coming up. So I would expect the euro to do the other way around. This one also at the highs here, possible consolidation for a few days. But nice rounding bottom. This one could. So that tells you that euro could be going much higher after some consolidation. Gold. Gold sitting at the highs. Big down day here. Let's see if we can draw a it's trading in this nice 45-degree channel here. How's the weekly looking? Weekly also, they're coming up to these highs where there's a lot of selling pressure, a lot of supply in there. So if you own gold, you can own gold. Maybe just keep it, make a broader channel, trade the weeklies. And as long as it's in the channel, it continues to go higher. I really don't see it coming back down to this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So another couple of weeks before the Tenkan can start helping the price up. But again, gold is bullish. Silver also bullish. This could be it's coming up towards the highs here. So I would think there's some more upside left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Couple of more weeks before the Tenkan comes up. So maybe a consolidation and then still a move higher. Nicely using the Tenkan on the daily chart. So some consolidation and then probably heading higher on silver. Bitcoin, we were bullish on too. And it needs to go higher after the big cradle pattern, the smaller cradle pattern between the bigger cradle pattern. Again, our target is around the 43,000 area, which is that span B. So I would continue to hold Bitcoin. Oil was bullish. It was trying to get bullish here with that. It was sitting at that trend line. Probably. They had gapped it above the trend line, and they're still holding the key gen at this point with a gap up, which is still open. So this makes oil temporarily bullish. It is still below the Kumo. Chicago still is going to face some momentum here, but it does have some more upside. So I would still continue. If you own oil, I would continue to hold oil with a stop below the gap or a stop below the Tenkan, which is below the gap. S&P 500. Really nothing there. There is a small gap right there they can try to fill. Coming up to a really flat area. So this could lead to some consolidation here. But again, things are trying to form a bigger rounding bottom. If they do that, then that would be a massive move up, but we don't know that yet. So it would be a little too early to say it's going to do that. But if I had profits, I would definitely be lightening up some positions here because you are coming up to that gap resistance area and the flat span B. All right, coming back to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is starting to look good with that move up. Chicago is free. Definitely would be holding on to those better-looking bank stocks at this point. There's still a chance of a consolidation. I really don't see this one zooming up. I would think this one also goes up, flattens out, and maybe does a Chicago breakout sometime. But the charts are starting to look good. They're not there yet, but they are starting to look good. So, and we look at individual of this, they are better. Nifty IT. Nifty IT doesn't look that great, so I would avoid the IT stocks here. Chicago probably heading down here to, and that would indicate a down move. That could do a 1, 2, 3 pattern to the downside, which probably might, let's see, give you that target. Just below that, so they could come down and test that area. So I would definitely not be long IT stocks. Nifty Auto. Nifty Auto, long consolidation area. It's still in that area, in zone. So I would not want to be doing too much trading in the auto sector here. Chicago is in a congestion area. You're still in this box trade, right? Box, if you draw it like this. So nothing there yet. Not exciting at all. Nifty small cap. Nifty small cap, I would also avoid. Chicago is going to hit the candles, and it's coming up to resistance here. Remember, two resistances close by, they're going to test the upper resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them test 91, 92. Nifty Pharma was starting to look good last time, I think. Yes, and that was the target, pretty much hit that target here. I would expect some consolidation, and that might lead to another wave up. So we'll have to see. I mean, you could you could think of this as a buying opportunity on a pullback and use the Tenkan, see if they can guide that up. Chicago still has some momentum left. So, but again, the chart, do they have a longer term trend line here? How's the monthly? Monthly, it's bullish since it's above the cloud. Chicago is in a congestion area, so monthly is not really that appealing. The real test would be if they can go above the Kumo. That should make things very interesting with a Chicago breakout. So at this point, this is a very fast trade. At this point, expect consolidation and then probably a move higher. The real big moves will come only after they break that trend line and the Kumo to the upside. Nifty metal. Nothing there, but does look like they could go up and test the Kijun, flat Kijun there. So would not be surprised to see that. After that, what they do, we'll have to see. Chicago doesn't have the momentum probably to go all the way higher into this area, but definitely can see it, test that. All right, some stocks, ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank also starting to look good, but keep in mind it's a flat Kijun. Chicago is in a congestion zone, would not be surprised to see a sideways moment here. Chart is good though, it's getting better every day. But I would be more than happy to buy it at new highs if they can close it above that. This looks like actually it is definitely looking good. There's no question about it. So if this is wave one, with nice rounding bottom wave two here, and then a boom up, could take it very high. So if you want to play it to the long side, you can do it, but there's no point in keeping the stop below the Kijun because they could just bounce around this. It'll have to be a stop below these lows here. So if they take it back to the low, then they're obviously visually violating the pattern, and then you get out. So if you want, you could indulge in it, but the stop is going to be down here. UPL. UPL, nothing. I mean, this is as unexciting as one can get. Really nothing here. So UPL could get interesting if they close above the trend line. Monthly is looking good, but it's just too many hits at that trend line. Too many people waiting to sell at that trend line. So I would definitely want to see them close above that and absorb all that supply before I get in. HIL. NSE, I don't see a NSE. Unless it's a HLL, Hindustan Liver. I'll do HLL. I don't know if that's what you wanted, but might have misread it. Hindustan Liver, really nothing there. Doing the obvious, came back up, tested the flat Kijun, going back down. They could support it on the cloud here. Chicago doesn't have any momentum, so avoid it. Green Channel. Daily is not good. It's a clear downtrend below the Kumo. I would just wait for this guy to go above the Kumo, at least on the daily, to even think about it. They are holding that area, but there is still no evidence of bulls in here. So some big nice. Now here's a chance for them to make a cradle pattern where you have a big candle here and a extremely flat bed area. So if the bulls really want to take this high and make a nice bullish candle, I would be all good to go in. But until I see some bullish action, I'll say this is not something I'll consider buying long. AGI green. This one is okay. This one weekly chart is nice and looks like a cup and handle trying to form that formation. Daily chart, Kijun is going to be flat. That is the issue. Now this could do a 1, 2, and a 3 pattern to the top side, but I'll rather play it on a weekly basis. Chicago breakout, yeah, I mean nothing wrong there. Davis. Davis Lab looking good. Flat. This one also looks like a cradle pattern. Unfortunately, it is the target here is very close with the flat Kijun. Notice the Kijun has been acting as resistance all the way. They've shown it here, 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 here. So to assume that it's not going to act as resistance here would not be the right thing to do. So good chart, but I'm hesitant to say that buying long here is the right thing to do, just because of the history here that it has shown. M&M Financial. Weekly is looking up. Okay, monthly is also good. Chicago is confirming the breakout above Kumo. I would be okay with a longer term trade on this guy. If you notice, this guy doesn't really believing in hitting the Kumo and reversing it. They closed it below here. They closed it below here. So I'd be hesitant keeping the Kumo as a stop. But if you own it, you can own it. And really, keeping the stop here is difficult. Let's see the daily. Daily doing a Chicago break, but it is stretched out from the Kijun and it's had a good run here. So I would expect some consolidation. And if it comes anywhere near the flat span B, maybe, and the Tenkan combo, maybe that might give you a chance to get in. But again, right now, if you buy here, you're just buying right after 8, 9, 10-day up move. So I don't want to do that. Polo tires. Polo tires flat on the daily, really nothing going on there. Weekly is looking good. This one you can buy on strength with the stop below this low here, probably. Again, flat area, right? There's nothing to nothing exciting there. The monthly is looking good. You could buy this in strength, but keep in mind you have these shadows here. There's plenty of sellers out there. So if they can close it up into this area, 340 area, then you know it's doing something different. It has absorbed all that supply. So I'll be okay to get in after that. HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank looking good. Would not be afraid to keep holding this or buying some. RVNL. RVNL. That was a nice surrounding bottom breakout. At this point, you're coming up to resistance area. I don't know if it's going to break it or not. So the right thing to do would be to wait for a confirmed breakout. After that, you're going to have a nice wave 1, consolidation wave 2, and then a wave 3 out. Right now, we don't know that. On the daily is starting to look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Tenkan is going to come up. So maybe you can use the daily for trading here. You could buy on strength and use the Tenkan as a guide. Let's see. Kijin has moved up and it's not going to move until another couple of weeks. So that's going to be down there. But you could keep your, if you want to do an aggressive trading, you can keep your stop below the Tenkan and this one. See if they can move higher. Nice. This has nicely consolidated on the daily chart after the move up. So I would, yeah, I would be okay with trading on the daily. Karnataka Bank. On the daily, really nothing there. On the weekly, it's coming to support, but a nice rounding top formation here. So this one is nice rounding bottom breakout. Now it's doing a rounding top. I don't want to be involved with this one yet. They'll need to break this rounding top formation to the top side to visually avoid this pattern. Yeah, the other bank stocks are looking better than this one. Reddington. Reddington also really nothing there. Long consolidation area. How's the monthly? Monthly is looking good. It is bullish, but daily, yeah, daily is facing obvious resistance here. If you want to trade this guy, I would rather trade it near these Tenkan Kijin combo and keep a stop below that. Right now, it looks like it wants to come back and test these guys. So you could do that if they do come down into the 170 area. If they do come down into 170 area, they could use that and start going higher. And this one is dice. This one is not that easy to say. Better thing would be to wait for it to close above that trend line. Chicago does have momentum, so that's a good thing. But I would rather wait for it to close above that trend line into the 180 area, 182 area, before I buy this guy. Yeah. Let's look at Tata Steel, just do as a usual thing. Nothing there yet, just like the Nifty metal. Might just come up to test that guy and fail. So nothing exciting there. And the Infosys IT sector was not looking good. This one is not looking good either. If they break that guy and close below it, you might have a big downdraft on this guy. So I would avoid this one. All right, that'll be it. We'll talk again. If you guys have anything more, just put it in there and put in the chat, and I'll comment on it then. So that will be it.